our children in flight. Our minds are racing with the pride. We have heard it's not that bad, at least we're free. I wanna know, are you with us here tonight? I wanna know, as we're all hiding in the valleys. I wanna know, contrary to current modern talk, some say all will be alright this time.
I'm Andy Radford, and this is the Edges Thursday show from the Edges UK studio. That song was called I Wanna Know by Larson Ice Shelf. Information about this group can be found on the Edges Thursday page after I've updated the program notes. You can also see the full lyrics of that song. The Edges Thursday show now continues to investigate the growing problem of organised stalking across the United States of America and indeed the rest of the world. Gina Romano, Edge correspondent, now speaks to Cindy from Michigan, an organised gang stalking victim.
Hi, this is Gina Romano, Edge correspondent. Tonight we're here with Cindy from Michigan. Cindy is an organized stalking and electromagnetic weaponry victim, or target as we are now being called. Cindy has served 3 years in the Army. She served in Iraq, Germany, and Alaska, and she's here to tell us her story. Hi, Cindy. You want to give the listeners a little bit about your background?
Yes. I started in the military when I was 33 years old. I was sent to my first duty station, which was in Germany, and 4 months after that, I was in Iraq, where most of my trouble originated from. My Voice to Skull, as I now know it to be Voice to Skull, started towards the end of my tour in Iraq, where a few of my NCOs, I'll say they assumed that I was getting special treatment or that I was being treated in a protected kind of way. If you're in the military, there's always some sort of drama going on in a platoon, and I think they felt that I was being protected from all of that. I was in a good position with the first sergeant and the commander at the time until the NCOs that thought this treatment was going on felt that they had to turn their thinking of me or their opinion of me into a negative. And that's where it originated from. That's the only thing I could think of. I was older soldier, so I wasn't so much the kind of soldier that you could mold, because I was already molded. I knew right from wrong. I had my morals intact, and I was ready to do my job and do it well. And so I did. And after the altercation with the commander, immediately after that, I was getting treated, how do I put it, they were turning their back on me as a soldier. Everywhere I went, I was discarded everywhere. I could go to the ACs, the store, and to the gas station. Everywhere on base, my name was pretty much out in the dirt. When I returned back from Iraq, we were all on a bus and had to get out for formation because the military is all about accountability. And we all stood there in line, and the MPs were there with their dogs, and it seemed as though they were looking for someone. And when they found that person, it was me, because they searched myself and my belongings, everything I had to take everything out of my bags. And I was the only one. They had like 4 MPs there, and I was the only one that they searched. The only one. It seemed as though that they were trying to figure out. They were trying to see who I was, so they can just identify who I was. This was the person. So I thought they were going to strip search me, but I had to take off my jacket, take off my shoes. This is all in formation, and if you're a military person, this doesn't go on. If you will understand that this doesn't go on, but I was the only one that they did this to.
And the result was what?
I'm sorry?
What was the result when they made you empty your bags? What happened after that?
Nothing. Like I said, I think they were doing that because they were trying to find out who it was. I think they've been told this is the person, that's her. You know, and I think they used the search just to verify that it was me. They looked at my ID. They looked at everything I had in my bag. I had to take the shoes off. I had to take my jacket off. It was a show. That's when I, knew something was wrong. Because it's just something that's not done. After that, that's when I started hearing the voice.
Voice to skull?
Yeah, now I know it to be voice to skull, but that's when I called it the voices, and I thought, I knew I wasn't crazy. But I could hear, I always heard like an audience around me. It was like an audience, like someone, or some people were somewhere in a room talking about me. Okay, and I should mention too, in back up just a bit, before I left Iraq, and I had the altercation with NCOs in the command in the first sergeant, I was told by my platoon sergeant that my confidence needed to be broken. And that was just a point-blank statement. There was nothing else to be said after that. And a lot of times NCOs will say, this is a one-way conversation. And that's what he had said to me. This is a one-way conversation. I want to hear from you. So that's when you, as a soldier, you clam up and you listen to what this person has to say. And that's what he said to me, that my confidence needed to be broken. And immediately after that, that's when pretty much all hell broke loose. That's when I was chastised.
Can I ask you? Go ahead.
The voices call. That's when the voices started. When I got back off the bus and they searched me, I didn't feel like I was losing energy or anything like that. I didn't feel like I was being zapped or anything like that with an energy weapon. That came later. I experienced the gang stalking and the defamation of character in a huge way. I don't know what they had, but I figured it out later on as I came back home when I was in Germany. I figured it out. I had a roommate who, from what I understand now, the gang stalkers usually have someone to befriend you, so they can become your friend and find out where you're going, where you're going to be, what your thoughts, so they can get to know you, and I guess they build up a dossier on you or something. I don't know. But she was that person, and she was rooming with me. And she would tell them when I would leave, even if I was going down to the laundry, and I would hear them too. And I always thought, why are these people so loud in the barracks? And I would complain a lot. I was in school at the time too. Why are these people so loud? And they would say, there's nobody around. There's nobody playing music. There's nothing. I think that I was crazy. And at the time, I probably thought, am I imagining it? So, but she was telling them my schedule for the day, because she would ask, what are you doing today? Or, are you going there? Are you going here? So the gang stalkers had help with her. She eventually left and went to a news station, and I was in that room by myself. So during that time when she left, I had figured out a lot of things. I said, okay, I hadn't figured out the voices call, but I had figured out that I was being stalked. So what I thought was, or could be still now, is CID, which is the Central Intelligence of the Army. From what I thought would have been, but it could have been, but I'm still being stalked by that.
Can you tell me, listeners, when you were in Iraq, what were the other soldiers thinking? What was going on around you? Were they very...
They all knew about it.
They all knew about it, but some didn't. And what I'm trying to figure out is, how did they feel about being in Iraq? Did they feel very patriotic? Do you think that caused you a problem? Because I know that you and I have talked before, and you said that you really love this country. What happened with the other people around you? What was the attitude of the soldiers?